Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the latest edition of the Milford Informer. As always, I am your host, Tim Coet. The countdown to the holidays is coming down to the wire. As you prepare for the final week of shopping, we are once again happy to get you caught up on some of the latest goings-on here in the Milford community. Let's get you started by showing you tonight's top stories rundown. Tonight, we'll provide all the sights, sounds, and excitement of WMRC's 2016 Coolest Local Bartender competition. Also tonight, hear from the Milford High School cheerleading captains as they discuss their squad's latest state championship victory. And later in sports, we'll provide our first round of highlights for the MHS winter sports season, including an exciting girls basketball showdown between Milford and King Philip. For the last several years, Ray Osier and our friends over at WMRC have been holding a friendly competition around this time of year. They call it the Coolest Local Bartender competition, and a few weeks ago, WMRC welcomed their 6 finalists to the Central Tavern, where they went head-to-head in a series of barroom contests.
Hey, welcome to the 2016 WMRC Coolest Local Bartender competition. How's everybody doing tonight? Well, we started, I think it was 4 years ago, and we were just doing vote for your favorite bartender, and then at the end we just awarded the coolest local bartender, gave him a trophy. We did that for 2 years, and then last year we decided to go to Liz's Diamond and do a competition. So we played some bar games with the finalists. We had 5 finalists. As you can tell, people are getting nuts here already. We had 5 finalists. They competed in a few bar games, and it was just such a huge success, we decided to do it again this year. So this year we've got $200 cash for the first place bartender, coolest local bartender, plus a nice trophy, and the title, coolest local bartender for 2016. This is Laura from Union Street Grill in Franklin.
How do you like her?
She brought a team with her, so I got to imagine she's going to be ready. Then again, there's Tommy O'Toole.
Oh, wow, that was
I see these people all the time, being in a band, playing at bars, playing at clubs, going out, hanging out. I mean, these people are my friends, and I used to bartend, so I have a high respect for the craft, if you will.
I bartend at the Union Street Grill in Franklin. Scott Carvey. Awesome place. It's like the Cheers of Franklin. Everybody knows your name. It's a tiny bar, and we have a lot of fun. I bartended. I used to run a bar in Scotland, and then I came here 20 years ago and met the love of my life, Sean. And I've been waitressing and bartending ever since. And I love people, and I love having a good time, and it's all fun.
I think I'm the oldest person here, so a lot of people know me. I've been bartending since I was 18 years old, and I'm turning 43 tomorrow, so if you can do your math fast, that's probably 25 years of bartending. Right now I bartend at the Tradesman, and that's it. And I cook in various places. But bartender at the Tradesman is the only place I bartend, and I love it.
I've been a bartender now for 2.5 years. I bartended at TJ's in Ashland. I've been there for 9 years. I was a waitress before that. If I made it this far already, I'm doing something right. So I'll bring my new stuff. The young age might have a little advantage on that part, but we'll see what happens.
I currently work at Central Tavern a couple days a week and TV's Pub on Water Street in Milford, both in Milford. I've been bartending for about 22 years. Yeah.
Well, I work at Al Conte restaurant right now. Been there about 8 or 9 years. I've also worked a lot on Federal Hill, Camille's, and Spain Restaurant in Cranston. I think I'm pretty quick at making drinks and some funny jokes, a little risque.
So I started at Acapulco's in Milford a couple of years ago. It's only been like 4 or 5 years.
Oh, wow.
And now I'm at Scioli's in Milford and the Valley Pub in Northbridge. I'm just in it to have fun and to gain more experience.
So we have 7 games tonight, 7 games. We're going to play Name That Tune with Chip in just a second. We've got a draft pouring competition. We'll play some trivia. Speed drills, well, they'll have to make 3 drinks, and we'll judge them on time and presentation. And they're going to make a signature cocktail for us, their very own cocktail.
Everything is alright. I'll just sing it out and I'll show myself to you.
That's it. That's all you get. Tommy O'Toole won the vote 4 years ago.
Okay.
So he won the vote. which isn't like the competition. All he had to do is get the popular vote. And I don't want to talk about popular votes or anything like that.
I don't even know where anything is, but I'm going to give it a shot.
You're all right there.
What am I doing?
You're doing a judges margarita.
No, vodka soda.
Vodka soda.
Kamikaze. Screwdriver.
Kamikaze shot? Joe, kamikaze shot?
Here you go, Tommy.
What do I think makes a good bartender? Personality, attentiveness, have a little fun.
Tell them a lot of jokes, maybe getting the drinks out quick, fun drinks, having a good time.
Usually it's like my personality or my quickness.
Personality. You don't need to do tricks and flips and stuff. It's more about having personality, getting the drinks out. I work in a fast place, so just getting the drinks out as fast as you can, you get the most money. So
I think that bartending is 25% bartending and 75% entertaining. I want people to come in and have a good time. I want their experience to be fulfilling, saying they're coming in and having a bad time. I want to make their day better, and I feel that I do that very well.
Our first runner-up. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. For Tim from Alicante, ladies and gentlemen, Krista is our 2016 coolest local bartender. Come Central Time at $200 cash in the title of coolest local bartender, plus a trophy that we will inscribe and you can take home. We don't have the trophy tonight, but we do have the cash. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for all of our bartenders tonight. Thank you very much for coming. Now let's hang out and party a little bit.
Over the last 4 years, no team at Milford High School has come through with as many championship victories as the Scarlet Hawks cheerleading squad. This fall, the team added yet another state championship to their trophy case. To find out the details on their latest win, I went over to the high school to speak with the cheerleading captains. On Sunday, November 20th, the Scarlet Hawks cheerleaders once again added to their sparkling resume, taking home a state title for co-ed cheerleading. The victory provided an exciting conclusion to a very eventful fall cheerleading schedule.
So we definitely had a season of ups and downs, like every other season, but as captains we tried to focus on the positive, and we knew what our competition was. We knew how difficult it was going to be to beat. Our biggest competition was Attleboro. They beat us at the leagues. So our focus was to stay motivated and to try to beat them and win, and we did it, so it was good.
I think like our main focus going out there was probably to just hit a clean routine. We really didn't matter like what was the outcome. We just wanted to have like one last hit.
It is no simple task qualifying for a state tournament in cheerleading, but a strong level of talent on this year's squad continued to propel them forward, eventually landing them in the state competition.
So we did 4 invitationals. Those are just kind of practice. And then we have our league competition and then our regionals in the states. So those 3 are like the big qualifiers. We won every invitational. We came in grand champs at 3 out of 4 of them. And then leagues we came in second, obviously, and then regionals we won for the first time in 17 years. So that was a good confidence builder going into states, and then we won at states too. So.
With 2 state titles and 1 national championship among the accomplishments of recent Scarlet Hawks squads, I asked this year's captains if that past success put any extra pressure on the current team.
Yeah, a lot. And we had a lot of alumni in the crowd this year at the states, so that was a lot of pressure. But
I also think it was like a confidence booster because like you kind of want to make everyone who's cheered in the past proud of like what we're doing.
Now at the halfway point of their final season of high school cheerleading, I asked the 4 captains to reflect on their experiences as part of the Milford squad.
First of all, it was an honor to cheer for Heather. I was an alternate my freshman year, and then I was on varsity for the next 3 years. And Heather's just like an amazing coach, and she means a lot to us. I know all of us. And it was really, I had a really good time.
For me, I was on JV my freshman year, and then I cheered on varsity. And it was just, we're like a really close-knit group, and Heather's been our coach for a long time, and we're just all really close.
I was on varsity all 4 years of my high school career, and I won 3 out of 4 of my state championships, so that's something not a lot of people can say, so I'm pretty proud of that.
For me, I was on JV my freshman year, and then I was able to cheer on varsity for the next 3, and it just felt like a huge accomplishment, like just being able to be a part of like such a great family and like having such good friends like throughout the years. And also like Heather as our coach, like I'm gonna miss her so much.
With the winter season about to get underway, what will the rest of the year bring for the Milford cheerleaders?
Our winter season's kind of up in the air. We think we're going to compete, but we're not definite. We have some people from the fall that can't compete in the winter, so we have to transition teams kind of. So, but now we're working on getting ready for the basketball games and then hopefully for competitions.
Just like that, the 2016-17 winter sports season is off and running. As we speak, Milford TV is over at the high school covering the Scarlet Hawks boys basketball team taking on Franklin in their home opener. We will provide full highlights of that game on next week's show. In the meantime, we got our first look at the Lady Hawks basketball team earlier this week. After enjoying a 52-45 win over Taconic High School in their season opener, the girls hope to make it 2 straight wins out of the chute as they hosted Kelly Rex Division rival King Philip on Tuesday night. Milford had enjoyed victories in each of the last 2 seasons against KP. Could they keep that winning streak going? Let's check out the highlights. After squaring off against non-conference competition in their season debut, the Lady Hawks set their sights on their first Hockomock League opponent as they welcomed in the King Philip Lady Warriors on Tuesday night. Milford saw Kate Irwin erupt for 21 points in their season opening victory. Could she provide a repeat performance against KP? Both offenses struggled to find their form through much of the first quarter, with each team committing multiple turnovers. We'd see just 4 total points scored in the first 3.5 minutes until freshman Faith Roy would absorb some contact from Jill Burley. She'd sink the bucket and the and one to give the Warriors a 3-point lead. Turnovers would continue to play a role as here Emily Pierre-Gustavo steps in front of Kendall Mason to make the steal. She'd then take it the length of the floor and make a nice move weaving between defenders to get the layup. Milford would do the rest of their work from the free throw line in the first quarter, allowing them to take an 8-5 lead after the first 8 minutes. Into the second quarter now, with Milford looking to create another turnover. Jess Tomaso would try to tip the loose ball in the direction of Pierre Gustavo, but KP gets it back and they find captain Christina Hathaway, whose jumper would hand the lead back to the Warriors. Here, KP sends a long pass off the hands of Chloe Lane and right to Nicole Dahlgren. Lane gets back into the play defensively and ends up drawing a foul to give the Warriors the ball back. King Philip maximizes the opportunity as they feed sophomore Shannon O'Connor, and she knocks down the 3 to put the visitors up by 4. Milford would start to settle back in from there. First, captain Emma Liskoff would take the cross-court pass and she'd bank the shot home. Then watch the move by Kate Irwin. She goes behind the back to free herself from a defender before cutting to the basket to make it back-to-back buckets for Milford, tying the game at 12. Late stages of the first half now with Milford up by 1, it's the sophomore Shannon O'Connor with another 3-pointer. She led all scorers in the first half with 8 points, with that shot giving KP a 2-point lead. In the final seconds, Milford would have a chance to play for the final shot. Nicole Dahlgren would end up taking the long outside jumper. It would be on target but just short, and the Lady Hawks would head into halftime down 19-18. Into the second half now with KP still up by a point. Kate Irwin grabs the defensive board and she turns on the Jets going coast to coast, getting the layup to put the Hawks in front. Irwin would really start to heat up as the third quarter went on. Here she takes the pass from Juliana Tracy and buries the 3 from the near wing. Later in the quarter, she draws the defense close before dishing the pass to a wide-open Christine Pye, who connects on the jumper. Irwin still had one more big play in her before the end of the third.
Christine Pye getting handcuffed inside, able to get the pass away to Irwin. Now
Whoa.
She takes the off-balance three-point shot, knocks it down, and that is it for the third quarter. Kate Irwin finishes it with a flourish. That three-pointer ups her third quarter point total to 8. She's now into double figures for the game. 12 points in all for Irwin.
Milford would open the fourth quarter with this pass inside from Dahlgren to Jill Burley, and the captains combined for the bucket that would give Milford their largest lead of the night, up 34-25. Everything seemed to be going Milford's way, but King Philip was not ready to concede. First, they find Chloe Lane under the basket, and she comes away with 2 points. Milford would then turn the ball over, and this time Lane would pass the ball to Julia LaRue, who would sink the three-pointer, and just like that, it was back to a two-possession game. It was still a 4-point Milford lead with just over 5 minutes to go, when Faith Roy would chip in another three for KP, tightening the score to 36-35. Seconds later, Chloe Lane would get the inside bucket, and the once 9-point Milford lead would be completely erased as KP takes the 37-36 lead. With their backs up against the wall, Milford was desperate for someone to step up and make a big play.
Trailing this game by 4 points as Pierre Gustavo will take the shot from three-point range. And when they need it the most, Pierre Gustavo comes through.
I was hoping she was going to shoot there. She'd been a little hesitant of late on the last play. I thought she should have got off the three, but right there makes a smart decision and drains the triple.
The scoreboard would stay frozen in place for nearly 2 minutes until finally Irwin would make a move inside. She'd send a high floater toward the basket, and it would find its way in to give Milford a 41-40 lead with 2 minutes to play. Meanwhile, a local celebrity was in the house as former New England Patriot and current Boston sports media personality Scott Zolak was cheering on his daughter Hadley on the KP side. Hadley would end up playing a crucial role down the stretch. First, she elevates over Juliana Tracy to swing the lead back to the Warriors. Then after Milford failed to convert on their side of the floor, Zolak shoots it over a trio of defenders, getting it to bounce home to put KP's lead up to 3. Inside of a minute left, the Warriors draw up a great play off the inbounds pass, and that allows Shannon O'Connor to get an easy lay-in. 12 points in the game for O'Connor, and it looked as if Milford's chances were all but lost, but the game was not quite over yet.
They do get it to Dahlgren. Not much time to get the ball up the floor. They give it to Irwin. Irwin's going to toss up the shot and gets it to bank home. 4.8 seconds left, and Irwin tosses up a prayer, lands it. Milford looking for a key defensive play here to give them one last chance. Milford with good defense.
Wow.
And they get
that
5 seconds.
That was a very quick 5. Could have been a 4.
They need a 3 to tie the game, but first Burley needs to get the ball inbounds. They get it to Dahlgren. Her shot off the front of the rim. Now fighting for the rebound. As time expires, they call for the jump ball, but that is it.
Some big plays on offense and defense down the stretch gave Milford a chance, but in the end, KP would outscore the Lady Hawks 22-12 in the fourth quarter, and that allowed the Warriors to walk away with the victory as they defeat Milford by a final score of 47-44. The girls are in Franklin tonight, hoping to get right back on the winning track. Their next home game will be on Tuesday, December 20th against Taunton High School. Milford TV will be there for coverage, so we'll have another Lady Hawks update on next Friday's show. Meanwhile, the Milford wrestling team has also gotten their regular season underway. Let's take a quick look at their season opening match against King Philip.
Well, I mean, obviously the team result's not quite how we wanted it to be. I mean, definitely a team that I think we can beat in the future. It all really came down to strategy, you know, the way that they bumped their guys around, the way that we bumped our guys around. It's really just a matter of getting numbers in the room, you know, like one of our guys who could have weighed in at 120 was hurt, so we could have sent him out at 120, bumped a couple more guys up. Really just kind of came down to that tonight. Like I said, definitely a team we can beat. Personally, I don't think I wrestled my best match. I mean, I know quick pin might look good to the viewers' eyes, but I really didn't think I wrestled 100%, you know. I think I didn't execute 100%, so I think that's something I got to work on in the future, going forward, you know. Really want to win state championship this year, so I'm really hoping I can just get to that level.
Great. And quickly talk about how you got that pin, how you maneuvered into that pin.
I went quick ankle pick. It's something I wrestle year round, so it's something that I worked on a lot. Just a quick snap, pull the ankle up from under him. I went for a tilt, didn't quite get it, so I sunk in a bar, kind of put my arm on his back, pinned his arm up against his body, tried to push that over, didn't quite get it, switched to a half Nelson and got a quick pin, so I'll take it. Not my best match though.
Coming up on Saturday, enjoy a free and festive holiday activity as Premier Real Estate in Uxbridge turns their offices into Santa's Workshop. Activities at the workshop include professional photos with Santa, fun crafts for the kids, and a handmade holiday craft fair. There will also be hot chocolate, coffee, and holiday treats on hand. Santa's Workshop will be taking place at Premier Real Estate, which is located at 40 Douglas Street in Uxbridge on Saturday, December 17th from noon to 4 p.m. And coming up on Sunday, students from Nipmuc Regional High School will be hosting a holiday pancake breakfast. The morning will feature an all-you-can-eat style buffet breakfast, as well as pictures with Santa and interactive holiday-themed activities. All proceeds from the event will benefit HMEA's Autism Resource Center and their interactive summer camp activities. Admission to the event is $7 for adults and $5 for kids 13 and under. The holiday pancake breakfast is taking place on Sunday, December 18th at the Nipmuc Regional High School cafeteria from 9 to 11 a.m. Next week on The Informer, we will reconnect with the MHS Olympiad team. We'll show you highlights from their most recent competition, as well as a few interviews with Milford's competitors. That will do it for this week's show. Thank you as always for tuning in. And from all of us here at Milford TV, this is Tim Coette saying have a great week. So long, everybody.